Alright, what is up? It is Saturday, but fortunately I don't really need to use my brain cells today because we have another puzzle from yours truly, which is great. So I get a little bit of a break after yesterday's puzzle. We're just gonna have a chill episode, look at all of the locations. And also, one last reminder, which is that when this video goes up on Sunday, the 29th, I will be live right now on twitch.tv/Chiron showing off Billy Hatcher Scrambled, the brand new, I was gonna say Kaizo ROM hack. It's not really Kaizo, but it's very hard ROM hack of Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg. Check it out. It's gonna be fun. Alright. So we have some Russia Gen 3 coverage here, one might say. You might notice that the sign is pointing out Vitebsk Oblast, which is famously not in Russia. You might also notice that there's like an E in there that's definitely not Russian. Like it's the type of E that is used in languages like Ukrainian and Belarusian, you know. This one might also be Belarus. This one might in fact be like right next to this one because there's not that much spill coverage, unfortunately. But this one's actually very cool. There's like a very long road, like bordering Smolensk Oblast, that has spill coverage, which is really sick. So you get some like normal Belarus coverage that isn't tracker. Pretty dope. This is the US. I don't really remember where. I would think probably like a Montana maybe, or Wyoming. I mean, I could check. Where's this? I think it's Montana. Is it this one? It is most certainly Montana. And you know, I think this location looks a little bit similar to some locations you might see in like Buryatia, Russia. Like I remember in like one of the earlier Geonections puzzles, there was a location in like that one national park in like Western Buryatia. Like I keep forgetting where am I looking? I keep forgetting what it's called. It's like Tumkinsky National Park. We had a location in there that looked so much like the US. So I was thinking maybe I could find some US locations that look like Russia. So, I mean, the houses are very American, are they not? But you know, just some food for thought. This is Minsk. Actually, just the normal Minsk tracker. I mean, maybe someone will go Turkey. You never know. I was trying to find like a Minsk location that wasn't obvious. Unfortunately, I got sniped by GeoAlex like a couple weeks or months ago. I think he probably got the best ones that might look like Russia or not. Unfortunately, Minsk is just too distinct, or at least like the old town of Minsk is too distinct. But hopefully this will still get some people. I don't know. I was really trying to find some locations in Minsk. Originally, I had a location that was also spill coverage. That was like on the border with Bryansk Oblast, I think. Where is it? Bryansk? Not that one. I think it was like... Was it here? No, I guess it was this road. I suppose it was this. Where... Like on the very border here... There's a location... No, it wasn't this, was it? Am I stupid? It was definitely Bryansk Oblast, wasn't it? Oh, it was down here. Yeah, there's a location here. You know, on the map, it looks like the location does go over the border. If you click on this, it will say that it's in Belarus, but unfortunately, it is not. Like I had a location like this where you are definitely looking at Belarus. Like what you are seeing here is Belarus, but unfortunately, like the location is most certainly in Russia. Very sad. So I got rid of this one and replaced it with a Minsk, which I mean, maybe I could have picked a better one, but I didn't want any repeats, you know. Or like repeats from another puzzle or locations that were very close to something that wasn't another puzzle. This is the secret fourth option, I guess. This is Mongolia. I think another location one might send Russia on. The buildings over there might not look too Russian, but they're also kind of hard to see. This is also Mongolia. I think this one does not look like Russia at all. I don't know if you like if everyone's gonna get Mongolia off of this, but at least it should be pretty clear that it's not Russia, right? This one also looks very Russian, doesn't it? Just like any city in Russia, but you might notice that the signage and the license plates don't really agree with that, because this is actually Narva in Estonia, which is like right on the border with Russia, of course. And like I recently found out that this is essentially just a Russian city because it got bombed to the ground in World War II and then it was rebuilt by the Soviets. And like the ethnic Estonian population got replaced with ethnic Russians. So like everyone there speaks Russian and it's essentially just a Russian city. So I was trying to find locations in Narva that could maybe look like Russia. I think this one might be the best tell that it is in fact Estonia. But I was kind of hoping I might bait some people into hallucinating a country that's not actually in the puzzle. This one is also Narva. We are looking at Russia, in fact. Like the other side of the river here is Russia. This is the Ivangorod fortress in Ivangorod in Russia. You can even see the Russian flag over there. I think if you have a small monitor, you might not be able to see that. But I was really trying to include the Russian flag to maybe bait some people. 2026 is probably unlikely for Russia, but you never know. Honest players might not look at the copyright. You never know. This is also Estonia, and you can see Estonian on here. There's also handwritten Russian text. But yeah, it's very clearly Estonia. I think these buildings are pretty good tell for Estonia, and obviously you have the text there. Although it is quite small. But I don't think anyone's going to go Russia on this, and I think this should tell people that there is something in there that's not Russia. Also, it's quite interesting how like everyone in Narva speaks Russian, but like all of the signage is in Estonian. Because like Russian is not recognized in any of the Baltic countries. This is also Narva. I think this is one of the better bait locations. I'm not sure it's giving you like Russia. Like I don't know if I would send Russia on this. I might consider it. But it's definitely meant to be like somewhat ambiguous. This is Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This is also, I think, just downtown Ulaanbaatar. This one looks a lot like Buryatia, and that's on purpose. I was thinking you might think this is like Ulan-Ude or something, because I think like the outskirts of Ulan-Ude look basically exactly like this, but it's just Mongolia. This is also Belarus. This is what is this? This is US. Yeah, like Idaho maybe. Wyoming, we could check. Where's this? This is, in fact, Montana. I thought that was only the one Montana. I mean, I saw this pin earlier and I thought that was Idaho, but I guess it is still Montana. This one is Ulaanbaatar. Very Russian-looking, or like Soviet-looking building over there, and that's, of course, on purpose. English text on the car, that's also on purpose. There is Mongolian text over there, but you cannot read it. This is US. I think this is very obviously the US. Like, I don't think anyone would ever send anything that's not like the US or Canada on this. Just some food for thought. There might be US in here. And that's it. Okay. So I guess like what I can say is that this puzzle was in the oven for quite some time because I didn't really know what to do with it. Because this started out as just a GeoWizard joke, right? Because I was thinking, you know what? There's the Ulaanbaatar on Atlantic City incident. I need to include that in the puzzle. And then originally the idea was to go for urban roulette locations in the US and Mongolia. So I was trying to find some ambiguous locations in Mongolia, which isn't that easy, unfortunately, because Mongolia does look quite distinct. But yeah, I was just trying to make a joke, okay? Like I didn't really expect anyone to confuse Mongolia and the US. Um, I guess there is at least one person that has done that in the past. But we're not trying to guess shame anyone here. Like, it's not like that's like the whole intention behind the puzzle. But then I didn't really know what to do with that. You know, I was trying to find like some rural locations in the US that might look like Mongolia or vice versa. And I had a couple, like including like this one, I suppose, which isn't that great. This one I think is better. I think this one looks a lot like, what is it, Tunkinsky National Park, which is famously in Mongolia and definitely not in Russia. But yeah, I mean, you know, then the issue that I had was that I only had 2 countries. And then I didn't really know what to do with it. And then I actually made puzzle 6, 7, and 8 after this, because you might notice that this is Geonections 5, and you have already seen puzzles number 6, 7, and 8 from me. So this one took me some time to make. And then I found out about like this whole like Narva thing. And then I also found out about the Belarus spill coverage, and that there is actually a decent amount of Belarus spill. And I don't think we've had Belarus spill yet, because I think the only, I think the only time we ever had Belarus was the GeoAlex puzzle, where we had the Minsk tracker. So I thought, you know what, let's just bait some people, let's get some Belarus in there, let's get some Estonia, and let's just make people believe there is a Russia in here with like 20 locations that may or may not somewhat look like Russia. But then, of course, there is no Russia after all. But I think I still made it very fair. I think it's still like very obvious what the countries are, because there is like an obvious tell for Estonia. There is a pretty obvious tell for Belarus, of course, if you recognize the tracker. And then also, of course, if you know Vitebsk. If you can read that, I mean, it is like a pretty major city in Belarus, but of course not every GeoGuessr player is gonna know like Belarusian cities, because they don't really come into play ever. I mean, Mongolia should be pretty obvious with some of these locations, you know, such as this one, which is very clearly Ulaanbaatar. And I guess I gotta say, shoutouts to Jack Sucks at Geography for teaching me about the spill coverage, because this was actually in a video he did with Zigzag, where he made like a bait map for him, and Zigzag recognized it immediately, but I actually had no idea this existed, which is quite interesting, because there's so much of it, like it's multiple roads. Like, you know, the spill in this puzzle is actually on 2 different roads. I think, yeah, both of them are bordering Smolensk Oblast. There's this one that goes into Belarus, and then there's also this like super long stretch of road. Well, it's not that long, but it is a decent amount of coverage. It's like 400 meters maybe. Maybe a kilometer even. Maybe it's a kilometer. I don't know, it's hard to say. But yeah, there is actual car coverage in Belarus, would you believe it? I guess we can also try and solve the puzzle. I don't really remember the difficulties. I think Mongolia was the easy one, which should be those 3 and this one. I just clicked on the goddamn Atlantic City as a joke, man. Okay, you know what? That was intentional, alright? Where's my 4th Mongolia? I don't see it. It's there. Man, I need to stop saying that that's Mongolia. That's actually... I have no excuses for that, I think. And then we have the US, which is those 4. We also have Estonia, those 3 in that one. EE. And finally, BY. Cool. I don't think we're ever going to see Belarus in a Geonections puzzle again, because unfortunately it is quite limited. But I mean, you can always just like pan the same location or something. I don't know. Cool. The fuck is a kilometer? So I need to lock in for this one. I can't be yapping too much because time is the tiebreaker now, and not distance. So I just need to go. Okay, dude, where are we? Bunas Elders, A2, 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 C80, C78, C79, C82, where's the C80? Hello? What? Oh no. Oh, it's up there, brother. I would think we're just there, probably. Yeah, this looks good. Send it. San Miguel, Villa de Maria, Buenos Aires. I mean, it should be south, I guess, on the 9. Where's the 9? I mean, if we are 900 kilometers to... We're not that far south, are we? Where's the 9? Don't have time to region guess, man. I just need to find the goddamn road. 7, 8, 9. Villa Maria is there. Villa de Maria, I guess. That is... Okay, that's weird. That is weird. Why is it like that? Jesus, wait, what? Am I bad? What is San Miguel? San Miguel de Tucumán, or what do you want? I am so confused, man. Okay, I'm not even gonna get this. How much is 900 kilometers? Would that be 900? I mean, maybe. I think that's too close, right? But does this angle line up? Like, maybe up there, but that doesn't line up, does it? What? San Miguel Villa de Maria. What is Villa de Maria? I mean, maybe we are not on the 9. Like, but then this wouldn't be 900 kilometers to Buenos Aires. What does that look like here? Okay, I will not get this in time, unfortunately. What? I am so confused. Because I remember we had the other one in Mar del Plata that was 300 to Buenos Aires. Villa de Maria. I am so confused by this one. I can't even find anything on the 9 that lines up. What? Oh, there's Villa de Maria. Okay, bro. San Miguel. I mean, just check where the goddamn angle lines up. 29 to San Miguel. I guess on this stretch. Because this doesn't line up. Or maybe we are up here. Something like that, maybe. Does that line up? Would this be 29 to San Miguel? Right, it's 29 and 45. I mean, maybe that lines up. I'm gonna send that. Okay, bro, that was the most confusing round I have ever seen. I mean, it's easy, but like, man. Okay, Altai Zoom. Like, I just got baited by the other Villa Maria is the issue. Altai Zoom, Bulgan Zoom, Uslin Schip. Do any of those places exist? What? Oh, that's Altai Zoom. And the other places? Bulgan Zoom? I'm not seeing the other places. That's Bulgan, but like, what road am I on? This is the slowest solve of all time. Where is Ulsinchip? Are we on like this road? That seems ridiculous. Like in a valley, but no, not really. And there's a gas station. Is this like Makhan or something like that? Where are we? Like, I'm only seeing Altai Zoom, unfortunately. I'm not seeing any of the other places. And Altai Zoom is south. And I do not know what Bulgan Zoom is. I mean, that's normal Bulgan. I mean, we could be on one of these like random roads. But like, I have no sense of scale here. I do not know how big this is. Naran. What does this say? It doesn't say Naran. Why do the places not exist, especially if they are that far away? That's Bulgan Heat. But where's Bulgan Zoom? You would think of something that's like 400 kilometers away. It would be findable on the map. I don't know. Like, what road would reasonably lead to Altai Zoom? Like this one? Or not on that? And then this angle doesn't line up. I am so lost. I am genuinely so lost. I'm not finding the places. Yeah, Makhan or something like that. Or I don't know. I do not know where I am. Like, I have no sense of distance here, unfortunately. I do not know. And I'm not seeing like a road angle that works. Dude, this might actually take like an hour until I find it. I'm not seeing like road angles that work, and I'm not seeing the places. So what am I supposed to do? What is Bulgan Zoom? And what is the other something Chip? I don't know. What was that? Uslin Chip? Yeah, Ulsin Chip. What is that? I mean, it might be like the other way, but that doesn't really make sense, does it? Was that in China? Surely not. Why are there so many places called Bulgan here? That's one and that's another one. And honestly, I need to look at something where I like know the distance, and then like 200 kilometers is like what? If this is like 600, 800 or something, say that's like 200. Like, it really can't be that far. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I'm not seeing roads, and I'm also not really seeing like mountains that work, but there's just mountains everywhere, so that's kind of hard to say. And I'm also not seeing that thing with an M where I am. Like, how is there a road like leading south that goes to Altai Sum? Like, I just feel like I have to be like on this road, but that doesn't seem right, especially if I am at an intersection, you know. But I mean, this might not be on the map, to be honest, but this intersection probably is on the map. Maybe I should just look for an intersection like that. Like, ever something like this? That doesn't line up. Like, it needs to be a relatively... No, not really a straight road. I guess the issue is that this isn't really like the angle of the road, because I am on a curve or something. Like, I'm not there. I mean, there is a gas station, but like... And these roads are also so impossible to see. It's not that. Especially because that seems relatively close to, you know, Altai Sum. I just don't know where the other places are. Like, if I knew where the other places were, this would be so much easier. Yeah, where is Bulgan Sum? It's not gonna be like in the Gobi Desert if you're not allowed to go there, right? What if there's another Altai Sum and I'm just looking at the wrong thing? Dude, there's another Bulgan there. Like, what? I'm actually just gonna check for another Altai Sum now. Dude, this is so frustrating, man. I wish I could just... Like, I don't even wish I could move, because that wouldn't really do anything for me, because I am literally in the middle of nowhere. I just want to give up, man. Like, I just don't know, and I am not gonna find that. But at this point, I'm committed. And I guess there's always a chance that other people will give up, so you never know. Maybe like a 50-minute 25k is still good. It just doesn't line up. Like, nothing lines up. And the places do not exist. Like, let's say the road curves south and then it curves northwest somewhere. Am I on a yellow road? I'm probably on a white road, right? I am not having fun. Like, this is the kind of round that is not fun to scan for. Like, this wouldn't be 200 kilometers, man. That's Bulgan Gol. Like, I was thinking it might be like a mountain and not a city, which, you know, would make this even more fun. Altan else. Let's look for some green labels, alright? This is actually the west. What is that plonk, man? That is not where I just clicked. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know, man. I really do not know. Oh well, I guess the video is gonna be super long. I mean, you know what? It's okay. I might actually just cut this out because no one wants to watch this. Like, genuinely no one. That has to be so findable, though. It has to be so findable, but the roads are invisible. Like, you cannot see the roads, man. It's white on white, and they are so small. And, like, I just don't know how far 200 kilometers is. It's just so impossible to tell, especially if you're zooming in. Dude, I'm gonna give up, I think. I don't know. I just don't know. I am not gonna find that. There's no way. Just gonna click on something that might make some sense. I don't know. Dude, this looks good until you zoom in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this is. Why is it there? Like, it makes sense, but like... I mean, it's very findable if you just look for the road angle, but like... Is that actually just 200 kilometers? To Altai Sum? I thought that would be way more than 200 kilometers. Whatever, man. Oh, brother. Okay. Man, do I even want to play anymore? What is Paradulika? Licha? Paradulika. There. Are we in Novaya Shulba again? My favorite town. What does that say there? I don't know. Let's say we are here. Why not? Probably not. Does this line up roughly? Maybe. I guess it could. Shimonacha. Yeah, maybe we are there. Yeah, sure, so not. Man. Are we here? I guess so, yeah. Villarica, I think I've heard of. It's right there. La Colmena. Is there. Tibiquari, where's that? There. I guess we're like. I mean, if they are the same direction, that's interesting. No, they're not. La Colema and Tibiquari are opposite directions, in fact. I would guess we are low-key like here. Does that line up? I mean, can't really see the road angle there, but like there maybe. Yeah. I mean, that felt like an eternity. Huh. Only 3 25Ks for now. I mean, yeah, I kind of predicted that the Mongolia was gonna be a nightmare. Dude, I hate Mongolia, man. Like, why? Like, I was right. That was taking people a long time. But, like, yeah, like a 25K in 24 minutes would have still been, like, 4th place. But, like, no, 3rd place. Yeah, 4th place. But, like, yeah, I mean, I just don't know what these places were. Like, I only found Altai Sum, and I had no sense of scale. Like, I genuinely had no idea how great these distances were. Like, you cannot tell me that this is just too... You know what? Is this gonna dox me? It might. Hang on. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? Where was it? Like... Where was it? You know, that's almost 400 kilometers, and you're not traveling in a straight line because you're not the Mongolia geographer. Where did I guess? Yeah, that's like 150 kilometers, but it's like the road is curving, right? So realistically, that can be 200 kilometers, probably more than 200 kilometers. Dude, Mongolia was a mistake. Like, genuinely, you need to ignore the signs for that one. Like, you genuinely need to ignore the signs. You need to realize that everything on the sign is fake, and you just need to look for this goddamn road angle. Because if you just look for the road angle, it's findable. Because I was looking for the road angle in the context of Altai Sum, which was 200 kilometers. But I mean, considering there's like a million places called Bulgan or whatever that was, I should have known it was fake. But like, if that's the only piece of information that I have, I'm gonna use it. A stupid game, man. Anyway, see you tomorrow.